Michael Appleton has joined us pitch side. I know in recent weeks you've been able to not necessarily defend the losses, but have said the performances have been good. It's hard to do that today though, isn't it?
Yep, yeah it is. I'm not sure what you want me to say other than that. Yeah, not good enough. Can't defend the players today. Difficult to accept. Listen, in and out possession. I can talk about times over the last sort of 6 weeks or so where we've been good with the ball and played well in games and obviously not got the rewards of the result. But we wasn't that today. There was a nervousness to us. Yeah, I don't know if the fact that we are where we are and there's an expectation and obviously there's I suppose the pressure that goes with being in that position, and we didn't deal with it today. They dealt with it better, and very, very quickly, from a mindset point of view and a personality point of view, one or two need to sort of rectify that.
How do you change that? Because the pressure will continue to grow week by week, won't it?
Yeah, I mean, listen, it's difficult. Ultimately, you've got to put, your trust in certain players to go and produce, when it matters. Again, obviously, other than one or two sort of crosses into the box, the opposition haven't threatened much, but they've come away with a 2-0 win. So, obviously, that's clearly disappointing. So, for me, it's about keeping that belief that, they are a good side. We can play well. We have got ability. We can find ways of scoring goals and creating chances. And you do that by, one, reminding them of that, showing them footage of obviously previous games. Two, continue to sort of work with them, making sure that when we're in, attacking areas 30 yards from goal, make sure that, 2 times out of 3 times we're picking the right option instead of 1 out of 3 times. And then eventually over a period of time you get territory in the opposition's half of the field and that pressure builds on them and hopefully we can score a goal.
You talked about some of the players needing to up their work rate and their level. How desperate are you to see some of these players stand up and be counted?
Yeah, it's certainly today that can be thrown at them. Before today there's no way I would have thrown that at the players, but today definitely. A few of them sort of shirk their responsibilities and a little bit shy of knowing what's expected to win a game against a side that we know are obviously going to be really, really physical. So look, the reality is I can tell them, but they won't need just me telling them. The teammates will tell them, their families will tell them, anyone who's watched them today will tell them when they're on the way home or they're at home, and the more people that do, the better.
Again, we can talk about the home form, can't we, and the difficulties here. How do you get out of that slump as well, especially with the big home games you've got coming up in the next couple of weeks?
Well, first and foremost, you've got to take it head on. You've got to sort of bring it on. You can't sort of go into your shell and shy away from it. You've got to accept it. It is what it is, and the only way of sort of making it better is taking on the challenge. That's the only way of taking it and making it better. And I stand here now accepting that challenge that between now and the end of the season, the home form will be better and we'll win more games. And as long as my players are prepared to back me, then I'll be fine, and I'll back them because I know they've got ability to do that. Obviously, time will tell on that one.
How difficult is it, as a manager, you take the rough with the smooth, but how difficult is it when you look over at the stand and you see with 10 minutes to go, fans leaving and obviously a difficult reaction at full time as well?
Yeah, but that's part and parcel. So I've got no problems with that on days like today. Absolutely no issues whatsoever, and that's expected. It doesn't matter what football club up and down the country are, and the players have to accept that. I've got no grievance with it whatsoever. We just have to make sure that they don't have an opportunity to do that in the next up and coming games. And the way we do that is, one, sort of getting about the opposition, making it difficult, making it hard, making sure that when we're in good positions high up the pitch, we're making better decisions and we're putting more pressure on their goalkeeper and their back 4 or back 5, wherever it may be.
I know there was the hope with the signings in January that you'd be pulling clear of the relegation zone and not worrying about the bottom 4, but is this becoming more of a challenge than you expected?
Yeah, possibly, but only down to ourselves in terms of missing opportunities, not going ahead in games when we've had the opportunity to do it. So only that, I know how difficult the league is. I know how much money has been spent in the league this year. So I've got no issues with that. The reality is we're in a position where we've got a chance over the next sort of 13 games or so to do something about it and put it right. There's a long way to go yet, hell of a lot of points to play for, and we just got to make sure that we're at the right end of the results.
Just one final thing, Adam Jackson not involved today, was that just a recurrence of the ankle problem?
Yeah, and sort of stiff, fall down his sort of left hand side, probably because of carrying the ankle. Obviously we've got a week now before the next game, so it gives him an opportunity to recover and get himself in a position where he makes himself available.